Hello and welcome to this Facebook Live Physio. My name is Dilly and I'm a physiotherapist here at Katie Bell Physiotherapy and Wellness. We're coming to you today from our clinic on Ecclesall Road South in Sheffield. We're excited to be hosting this regular live with the physio video every week. We hear so often that people are really busy with work or at home that they can't find the time to come in to have some physio, and then as a result their health suffers. So we've decided to bring physio to you. So during this session it's a great opportunity to ask us any questions as we go along on injuries, advice, how you should be doing things, how you should be sitting at work, what's the best exercise for what, etc, etc, etc. We will do our best to answer all of your questions and give you as much advice as we can. We'll also be telling you if we think that you might need some additional advice and need to come into the clinic if you need. Remember that all the advice that we give on here is based on the questions that you ask, and we've got absolutely no prior assessment of you. We don't really know you, so if we do recommend that you come in further and you need further action, and we feel that this isn't the place to give you advice, then of course we'll tell you to email and we can discuss how you can come in and see us. So let's get started. So let me just have a look. So I've got my first question here, and it's from Joan. She says that she's been to the doctors recently and the doctors told me that I have arthritis in my knee. I am 66 years old and like to walk and also do her garden, which she wants to carry on as long as possible. She has an x-ray in a few weeks. Is there anything I can do to help keep going? I'm also overweight but struggling to do lots of exercise. Okay, first of all, I would suggest that we get you started on some low impact exercise, so that's going to be really great for you. So swimming, cycling, anything like a cross trainer at the gym. If you don't have anything like that at home, then local gyms tend to have really good referral schemes, so it might be worth speaking to your GP about being referred to an active programme, and they can get you into a gym with a personal trainer and a specialist who can help you out that way and give you all of the right exercises. It's also be a really good idea to start strengthening the muscles around the knee joint. So if we strengthen all the muscles in our thigh and around the back, that can just take the pressure off the knee joint and take away some of that pain that you might be feeling. So I'm just going to show you a few really quick exercises. So the first one that I'd recommend, let me just move this camera slightly. So you can do these sitting down. First one that I recommend is called a leg extension. So you literally sit and raise the leg up and down. So lifting from the knee, straightening the leg and taking it down. So we call that a leg extension. You can also do that, a similar one lying down. Now you're lying down and you're lifting your leg up and off the bed, trying to keep your leg nice and straight, squeezing from the thigh as you lift to support as you come up. And they're just some really quick ones that you can do using a chair and your bed. Some other ones that we can do are called sit to stands. So really simple, standing up and out of your chair and sitting down again. And this just strengthens all of the muscles in the front of your thigh and gets those really strong. So you can also hold a water bottle or some cans in your hand just to get a bit of extra weight in there if you feel comfortable. Some other ones that you can be doing are literally just some knee bends if you haven't got very good balance and you can hold onto your countertop in your kitchen, but literally bending your knees and straightening up again. So a couple of these. So I recommend doing a good circuit of those every day, up to about 10 to 20 reps if you can manage, just to start strengthening all around the tops of your legs. You also mentioned that you're overweight. So obviously the NHS as well recommend that if you've got arthritis in your knee, then to lose some weight, just to become a healthier weight to take the pressure off the joint, and that might just help to reduce some of your pain. You can also take painkillers if you know that you're okay with them, if you haven't got any other past medical history that might counteract the effects or be dangerous with them. Especially before exercise, before doing any sort of walking or gardening or your strengthening exercises. If it's going to help you stay active, then painkillers are only going to be a good thing. Just over-the-counter medicines like paracetamol or ibuprofen can be fine if you know that you're okay with them. You can also speak to your GP about getting some stronger cream, so ibuprofen creams and things like that. Try the exercises that I've suggested to help ease the pain and maybe prevent future symptoms as well. Another useful resource might be looking on Arthritis Research UK. On their websites they've got some really useful tips on exercises and self-management. And if you're still struggling or have any more questions for us, then you can always come and see us here at the clinic. I think at the end of this video we're going to post some links to come in for a free consultation with us, to ask us any more questions and see what else we can do for you and give you a bit more of a personalised service. Okay, so our second question comes from Gemma. So Gemma says that I've been doing Pilates for 5 years now, but I've just found out that I'm expecting. I'm around 12 weeks. Am I okay to continue with my classes, and is there anything that I need to know or change? So first of all, congratulations. That's a really great thing to know. So if you've been doing Pilates for 5 years, you're going to have a really good foundational level of strength in your core and your pelvic floor. So that's only going to be really positive for you in pregnancy and delivery and beyond. So you're more than fine to carry on as long as you feel like you're able to. It's going to help with core control and maintaining strength, and actually just gives a little bit of time for you because things can get hectic with pregnancy and everything else. So just a few things to note, that the POGP, so they state that you shouldn't be doing any supine exercises after 17 weeks, so no lying on your back doing those exercises, just because it can make you feel quite dizzy. So it might be better to just focus on some side lying exercises or just limit the time that you're on your back. Also no bridge or inversion exercises, as this increases your abdominal pressure, and then not until 8 weeks postnatally with those exercises as well, so no bridges or jackknives or anything like that. So when you reach your second and third trimester, just be mindful of sort of abdo preps, and double tabletops and full planks and press-ups, just because these increase the abdominal pressure as well, so just be really mindful of exercises like that. Can you still maintain your neutral? Can you still maintain the stability in the core connection? Those are all things that we'd want to know as a Pilates instructor if you're going to carry on with your exercises. So overall, you can continue with your Pilates. Obviously inform your Pilates instructor so that they're aware and they can make any adaptations for you. Remember to always work within your own limit. You're carrying a baby now, so things are going to be a little bit different. Your body's going to feel a little bit different now, just as your body starts to make space for baby. So if you're wanting a bit more specialist support, then I'd look for an antenatal class designed especially for ladies that are pregnant, or even one that you can move into postnatally after. We do run one here on a Wednesday if this fits into your schedule. It's called Mummy and Me. Basically, mums bring their babies, or we have a few pregnant ladies as well. It's just a class designed especially for ladies who are antenatal and postnatal, and we've got specialist instructors that know what they're doing and know what exercises that you can be doing and that are best for you. Okay, so our final question comes from Tom. So Tom says, when I run, I get really tight calves. I don't know if this is because I'm in Sheffield and there are a lot of hills, but how can I help stop this and make it feel better after? First of all, I feel your pain. Running in Sheffield can be difficult, obviously loads of hills, so we need to make sure that we're taking care of our bodies even more. So first of all, I'd want to know, how much are you stretching? Are you doing any release work before and after? Is it a recent thing? You might want to take a look at your footwear. Has your footwear started to wear out, and as a result, are your calves having to do a little bit more work? Have you increased your training at all? Sometimes if you start increasing your distance and your pace, your muscles can just be adjusting and adapting to that new training pressure. Have you had any recent injuries? Have you rolled your ankle recently? This can have an impact up and down what we call the kinetic chain, so all the way from your feet all the way up your body basically. So an injury to your foot can impact all the way up your body. So basically, if you've had an injury somewhere, then your calves may be tightening as a result to find some stability. So I'd encourage you, oh, we've gone really dark. There we go. I'd encourage you to do some release work if you know that your calves are tight. So getting your foam roller out. If you haven't got a foam roller, then definitely get one. I'd probably recommend just getting the flat, high density foam rollers. Try not to go for all the fancy knobbly bobbly ones, just because they really hurt, and if you go on them you tend not to use them ever again because it's so painful. So just starting off with just a normal flat foam roller might be a really good idea. I'd do some release work for about 10 minutes before a run, at least 10 minutes after a run, just to make sure that we're releasing off all the muscles and all of what we call the fascia, the things that surround the muscle. They can get really tight as well. I'd roll your feet with a tennis ball, so you've got a chain that goes all the way up from your foot upwards, so if you've got tight feet that can impact through into your calf as well. So using a tennis ball and literally just rolling your foot over it, pressing down quite hard just to release all of the fascia and the connective tissue in the bottom of your feet. I'd stretch your calves, so simple calf stretches, but making sure that you straighten your leg and bend your knee to make sure you get two parts of your calf. So see if I can just change the angle of this to show you. So you've got your normal calf stretch where you've got your straight leg at the back, but then you can also bend the knee and that just changes the stretch and lift the heel slightly, so that gets your soleus muscle. So if you keep your knee straight and lean forward, that gets the big meaty bit of your calf, so your gastroc muscle at the back. But then if you bend your knee and lift the heel, that gets your soleus muscle. Often people don't know that there are two parts of the calf at least, and they tend to only stretch the big meaty bit because that's the only bit that they know about really. Have you done any sort of strength training? We might need to just build up the strength in your calves. If so, just doing simple calf raises in standing, literally just lifting up onto your toes and lowering down. Are you running the same route? Sometimes if you run the same route all of the time, then the camber on the side of the road means that you're always at a funny angle when you're running. So it might just be worth changing your route slightly every time to make sure that you're running on different terrain. It might just be that you're running too much on the road and too much on the hard surface, so your calves are having to work really hard to absorb the shock and the ground reaction forces coming up from your feet. If that doesn't help, then I try and book in for a sports massage. Really get one of us to try and get into the deeper muscles in your calf. They might just need a little bit of deep tissue work to help release those off. If that doesn't work, then I'd perhaps book in with a physio to analyse your biomechanics and your gait and your running gait to see if there are any weaknesses anywhere that might be contributing to your calf tightness, etc, etc. And like I said, we're going to post the links for you to be able to get your free consultation after this, and they'll be in the comments. So that's it for today. This means it's at the end of our Facebook Live with the physio. Thank you for all of those who have joined me and posted questions. We will be back again next week for another live session, so please come back and then ask any questions that you didn't get to ask today. And if they can't wait until next week, then please drop us an email at hello@katybellphysio.com and the team will be happy to help. Okay, have a good weekend. Thank you very much.